Powerful Content Podcast, your go-to source for content creation, strategy, and business inspiration. I'm your host, Mel Daniels, content strategist, coach, and speaker, empowering women across the globe to grow their business with powerful content that connects, nurtures, and converts. So if you're ready to create standout content that gets you noticed and remembered, or build an aligned audience who love you and are ready to buy from you, you're in the right place. I believe that content has the power to connect us all. It's up to you how you use it. Listen in for genuine and insightful chats with guests, as well as practical tools and strategies from me. It's so lovely to have you here. Let's dive into the show. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to episode 85 of the Powerful Content Podcast. I hope you're well today. Today, I wanted to give a huge shout out to all the amazing people who have backed my book, The Power of Content, over on Kickstarter. If you haven't backed it yet, then simply head over to kickstarter.com and search for Mel Daniels or click the link in the show notes. Now, probably the most exciting part of bringing this book to life is the momentum it has to change the way that you approach content creation, especially in an AI content crowded world. I'm really overwhelmed with the amount of support and well wishes I've received so far, and I can't wait to bring this book to life. So if you'd like to grab a copy or purchase one of the amazing packages on offer, you've still got time. Head on down to the show notes to find your link. Okay, so on to today's topic, content confusion, why it happens and how to overcome it. Now, I understand that content creation can be overwhelming. I get that, especially if it's not your specialty and especially if it doesn't come to you with ease. Even with everyone out there telling you that you should be using Pinterest, or you should be on LinkedIn, or you should be creating a podcast, you should be emailing your list every week, you should be using AI to generate your content to make it easier. I know this just makes it harder for you and more confusing for you. When we're overwhelmed, we can really tend to either keep going and pushing, often because we're fed these messages to suck it up and to hustle and to work harder and just to get over it. And we tend to keep adding to the worry and the stress that we're already feeling and the pressure to create more and more content. But I don't agree with this approach at all. Yes, 100%. There are times in our business and our life and our content journey that we need to do this, but pushing through isn't always the answer. So when people join my Facebook group, The Content Project, one of the questions that I ask when you first come in is around your biggest content challenge. And there's quite a few, I hear quite a few, but I've been able to break this down into the following 5 key areas. The first is not having any ideas. The second is not knowing where to start, which interestingly includes feeling confused as to who to listen to. Top tip here, listen to yourself and your intuition. You will always win out in the end. The third one is feeling like there's not enough time in the day to devote to content creation. Inconsistency, not creating content on a regular basis, and lack of confidence. So what's your biggest challenge out of these? Where does your greatest confusion lie when it comes to content? If you'd like to share it with me, feel free to DM me on Insta right now as you listen to the rest of the episode. But I want you to think about what the challenge is, what's stopping you right now, what's causing that confusion, so you can take action. And I'm going to give you some tips in a minute. So the consequence of all this content confusion that you're feeling right now is a snowballing effect. Your confusion leads to inconsistency or inaction, which leads to a decrease in visibility, which leads to less clients and a stagnated business growth, which impacts your confidence by putting a big dent in it. So this is the exact reason that I moved into focusing solely on my content as my area of expertise. When I was a virtual assistant, I saw time and time again clients who would fire a task at me simply because they had read or heard somewhere that that's what they needed to be doing right now, without any thought to their strengths, without any thought to what their ideal client really needed to hear, or how to even tie it into other parts of their content ecosystem. Content confusion is not only confusing for you, it's also confusing for your audience. So whilst you might have some symptoms of your content confusion, being around not knowing where to start, not having any ideas, not having the time, not being consistent, not having confidence, what is the root cause of this confusion and overwhelm? Well, I feel as though the absolute root cause is not having a content strategy in place. And if you want to know more about what's involved in a content strategy, then head back to episode 72, the 7 key elements of a meaningful content strategy. Now, without a strategy, you lack clarity and you lack direction, which results in this confusion as to who you're talking to, what you stand for, what your strengths are. You don't have a client journey, and you're really missing the opportunities that are coming your way. So if we go back to those 5 main challenges that I mentioned before that most people have with their content, then we can begin to uncover the cause of the confusion and find some solutions. So the first one, not having any ideas. Guess what? You've got the ideas. 100% you do. You just don't have a way of using them in a way that leads your ideal client on a journey. To fix this, you simply need to be prepared. So that's taking all of the ideas out of your head and putting them onto paper. If you need help with this, then I have a workshop coming up soon, but you can also purchase it through my Kickstarter campaign as well. And this workshop steps you through the exact things that you need to ask yourself in order to get all of those ideas out of your head. Simple. The second one, not knowing where to start. This is about having a plan. When you've mapped out your ideas and know what you could say, then putting them into a logical plan, which focuses on achieving a particular goal, a particular objective, will help you know exactly what to create and when. My 90-day content planning sessions that I do inside of the Content Effect, my membership, I will actually be doing this as a workshop as well in conjunction with the Ideas Workshop. So you will have 2024 absolutely sorted when it comes to knowing what content to create. Now, the third one was around feeling like there's not enough time in the day to create the content. This is caused by a lack of easy to follow and repeatable processes to create your content and get it out into the world. Put those systems and those processes in place and learn the power of reimagination. Go back to episode 10 if you want to know more about that. And you will see that there is enough time in the day to create your content. Okay, the fourth one was inconsistency. This is caused by not having a framework that suits you. Oh my goodness. It's trying to fit yourself into other people's strategies, other people's tactics, and falling flat. You go all in on the strategy or the tactic, find that it doesn't work, and then you hide. And it's this roller coaster of creating content, not creating content, creating content, not creating content, when what we really want is a steady flow. So when you have that framework that supports you and how you love to create content, then content creation is going to be so much easier. Now, the last one was lack of confidence. Whilst there's probably a whole heap of mindset issues that underscore your lack of confidence, when you're not clear on who you're speaking to or how to go about it, so not having a strategy, then you'll be unsure of what to create. So addressing any of these issues are going to help you not only achieve content success, but feel far less confused when it comes to what to create and when. Okay. So now we know this, now we know the possible solutions. Where on earth do we start? So inside of my membership, The Content Effect, I share a unique framework that helps guide you to become a powerful content creator. Now, I share this same framework inside my new book, which, reminder, you can go back on Kickstarter right now. But I've always been drawn to observing. It's kind of like this innate interest that really led me to notice that women tend to hide in the online world. They lack confidence, yet have such boundless potential and gifts to bring to the world. And I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. This is where my love of content strategy really started, helping those women, helping you to connect the dots with powerful content in a way that feels aligned and easy and grows your business your way. So when we take ourselves on a journey through the content effect framework, we move through various stages of ideal client awareness and self-awareness. So there's 5 stages that you can move through: connect, align, become, impact, and inspire. By using this framework, you begin to learn to firstly connect with who you're here to serve, align to what you want to do and who you want to be whilst you're doing it, become that powerful content creator, impact your community, and inspire others to achieve their dreams too. If you want to know more about this framework, then go back to episode 31, the 5 stages of powerful content. But let's just kind of recap each stage briefly. And whilst I'm doing it, I want you to think about which description most resonates with where you are now. So first of all, connect. This is where you're trying to work out who you serve, what platforms to reach them on, and what types of content that you need to create. Align is where you're looking for content ideas to connect with your ideal client, but in a purposeful way. You're starting to grow your email list so that you can serve more people with your knowledge and your expertise. In the become stage, you're ready to be more organized and efficient with your content creation, and you're looking for ways to make it easier and flow, possibly with processes and automation. In the impact stage, you're ready to be more purposeful and more powerful with your content. You're looking to bring all the pieces together so that you can make a bigger impact on your community. And the last stage is inspire. So this is where you're looking to use content to leverage your business growth and step into becoming the leader of your community and your business as well. By knowing where you are on this journey, connect, align, become, impact, or inspire, it's going to give you the knowledge and the motivation and the inspiration on what to focus on. This will obviously help you overcome your confusion. And just going back once again to those common challenges that invoke confusion, this framework is going to give you the ideas, show you exactly where to start, stops you wasting your time as you know exactly what to do and when to do it. It's going to help you become more consistent because it becomes easier as you're working in line with your strengths. And it's going to give you the confidence that you know exactly what you're creating and why. The content effect framework is such a powerful tool. Besides helping you overcome your confusion, you're going to be able to learn to really build that content ecosystem around you that feels easy and is in line with your strengths and what you love to do as well. It's going to help you simplify your processes and build a system around you, a framework that fosters that consistency and increases your visibility. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or confused with your content at the moment, or feeling that any of those symptoms that I've mentioned before, including having no ideas, not knowing where to start, not having enough time, being inconsistent, or not having any confidence, then I encourage you to take one small step today to transforming your relationship with content. Identify where you are in the content effect framework and feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. And let's talk about the types of things that you can do within that stage to build your confidence and move towards becoming a powerful content creator. And of course, if you want to know more about the elements of the content effect framework and how you can move into really marketing your business with content with more ease and joy, then don't forget to head over to Kickstarter and become my next beautiful backer. You can get your hands on the book plus a range of other amazing packages as well, including those 2 workshops. And I would be super grateful, so grateful, if you could just tell one biz buddy today about the power of content and how we can be part of a movement that's rejecting mainstream content strategies and tactics in favor of working with your strengths and your intuition. All the links that you need are in the show notes. Talk soon. Thanks so much for listening. That's it for another week. To get more powerful content in your life, make sure you're following along on socials. My handle is @meldbusiness. And just in case you're wondering, the groovy music for this podcast was created by Just Here on SoundCloud. I'd also be super grateful if you took a moment to rate and review this podcast so more amazing women like you can experience the power of content. And if you're like, hell Mel, stop talking, I'm ready to work with you now, here's how we can work some powerful content magic together. Firstly, come and join the Content Effect, my membership inspiring women with service-based businesses to ditch the content chaos and start creating stand-out content that gets you noticed and makes sales. You can join us by using the link in the show notes or just Google the Content Effect. The second way we can work together is via my one-on-one packages. We can create a sustainable content strategy or start to build out your client journey. It's up to you. Hop on over to meldbusinessservices.com.au/services to find out more. Until next time, have a beautiful week and embrace the power of your content.